Good morning, friends, social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. So, like me, we all awoke today to understand that the United States, Israel, and now Saudi Arabia are jointly working to take out the Iranian regime that has killed 30 to 40,000 of their own people in this last year who just want their freedom. Now, why would we stand behind Israel? Why would we do that? Tomorrow, I was going in a completely different direction where I was going to be speaking, but I really feel a shift, and I want to speak tomorrow about why we support this little nation about the size of New Jersey, that for thousands of years, nations in the earth have tried to wipe her off the map, yet she still stands. Why is that? What does God say about Israel? Now, I'm not talking about necessarily the political leaders. As a matter of fact, God dealt with his political leaders and judged them, but he never ever took his eye or his heart off of the nation, whereby he made a covenant with Abraham, an everlasting covenant saying that this is going to be for my people. God chose Abraham and formed a nation, formed a people, and God never apologized for it. And this, I know this is a geopolitical firestorm, but we need to understand why God's word, which is truth. John 17:17, God said, Father, sanctify them with truth. Thy word is truth. That's the apex of truth. That is the Supreme Court of truth. And I want to unpack that tomorrow. Why are we doing this? Why would we stand? Why do we have an Israeli flag on a flagpole under the American flag outside of our church? I'm going to unpack that. If you have questions and maybe you want to learn more, maybe share this video. There might be some folks who want to come tomorrow just to hear this. And again, I'm completely shifting gears. So I'm going to be working diligently today to prepare a message and help us all understand more, because get this, as Israel goes, so the world will go. Now, that doesn't make any sense to us with our Western mindset, but God made a covenant with Abraham and the land, and it is irrevocable. And we better be on the side of what God says, because Jesus said in John 17:17, he said, Father, sanctify them with truth. Thy word is truth. God's word is the highest authority in the earth. Psalm 138 says, God has, verse 2, I think, God has magnified his word above all of his name. In other words, his reputation. God values his word. And so what does he say about Israel and what has happened when nations have arisen to try to take her out? And what is our stance as believers? What is our stance as Americans? I hope to see you there tomorrow, 2116 Centennial Drive, Hoover, Alabama, 35226. We start at 10:30 in the morning, and pray for me as I put this message together, because again, I'm shifting directions. I was going in a totally different direction tomorrow, and then we all awakened to what is going on. God bless you. Hope to see you there.